Quebec nationalism was part of the CAQ's message. Now, it's true, Legault is also a fiscal conservative who says his long-term goal is to make the province strong enough that it no longer needs to take equalization payments from other parts of Canada like Alberta, BC, Saskatchewan. Now, that sounds like it should be an obvious goal for anyone, but no previous Quebec leader has said that. I find that encouraging that he wants Quebec to stand on its own 2 feet economically. Legault is also much more moderate on environmentalism. He's not part of the cult like Trudeau and many other Liberals and New Democrats are, especially in Quebec. But I think, and I acknowledge it's hard for me, an Anglo in Toronto, to detect it authentically in French Quebec, but I think that Legault's nationalism was a central reason he won. That's my theory. Let me know if you think I'm wrong. I'm going to give you some proof of the importance it had in his campaign in the moment, but the populist nationalism, the ethnic Democrat appeal, look, it's also in discussion in Europe, right? And to a degree in America, right? That's the salient characteristic of politics in Hungary today and Poland today, right? And it animates much of the discussion in France's opposition, the Front National Party with Marine Le Pen. Isn't that really what Quebec's nationalist movement has been saying and doing for 50 years? A sort of ethnic nationalism, populism, democracy. Isn't that what Pure Lane actually means? Isn't that what distinct society status means? Isn't that what sovereignty association means? Those are just code words for the same thing, isn't it? When our Supreme Court of Canada has 3 out of 9 positions for judges set aside just for Quebecers, when French alone is an official language in Canada, including in parts like BC, where French is probably language number 10 spoken, when French is a requirement for any senior federal government public service position, or even RCMP, or even in the military. That's effectively a cultural affirmative action program for a particular French ethnicity. Isn't that really what the whole 2 founding nations business is? Going back to the Constitution, having special ethnic set-asides for French Catholic schools. I mean, in a way, isn't it part of the whole national compromise dating back to the British victory at the Battle of the Plains of Abraham, 250 years ago? I think what François Legault was saying, is that being a Quebecer means something more than just a geographical address. It's not just the nearest place to New York State where tens of thousands of illegal migrants can just walk across the border and poof, be Quebecers. It has to have some essence and some meaning, being a Quebecer. It's not just a refugee camp for Trudeau's political ambitions. I mean, Trudeau himself says there's something ethnically special about being a Quebecer. Remember this?
Quebecers are better than the rest of Canada because, we're Quebecers.
Better than the rest of Canada. Well, I think a lot of Quebecers think that too. And then he told them that they have no place in Quebec if they think that too. Or even if they think that they have some value for being French in Quebec. I think Legault is actually pretty mild. I don't think Legault would say anything that Trudeau just said there about Quebecers being better. I don't think he'd say that. I think Legault's proposals are actually sort of timid, to tell you the truth, but they're at least a baby step in the right direction. At least he's having the conversation. That's an excerpt from my daily show, the Ezra Levant Show, weekdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Every day I do a monologue, interview a guest, and read my fan mail and my hate mail. To subscribe, go to therebel.media/shows.